We are live. A couple of gifts to get through, starting with a pickup that Adrian made. Probably one of the most underloved perpetual APs out there. For years, nobody was
How about one of the most undervalued watches on the market, period?
And for years, people were sleeping on these. This is the titanium perpetual counter from Audemars Piguet. And now all of a sudden, people have realized how few of these were made.
Yes. What's great about this watch is I was never a big proponent of offshores on straps. It was just too bulky. The fact this is titanium and light, it wears a lot lighter, a lot thinner. So this is fire.
Oh look,
the actual Kermit.
The actual Kermit.
Stop calling the Starbucks the Kermit.
Well, you know the test, right? If you can do this and it hurts your fingers and it's sharp, that's how you know it's good. Let's throw the Rolex in the mix, and we have a white Sky-Dweller and Jubilee.
You know, on the white one, I actually prefer the Jubilee. On the blue one, I prefer the Oyster.
I actually like the Jubilee on the blue one also.
It's just too much jubilation going on.
Too much jubilation.
Too much jubilation.
You heard it here first.
You know what's actually really cool about the Sky-Dwellers, besides it's the best modern Rolex made, is the market price on them did not meet the same fate as
they're holding. Sub date. I prefer to non-date you.
For the date, I need a date on my watch.
You do?
Yeah, that's why I don't have any Daytonas.
See, and unlike the other packaging, so like, see how that one was nice wrapped up, and here's links on the bottom here. By having them here and putting this back in, it scratches the watch. So don't be like this. AP.
All right. This is one of my absolute favorite.
Oh, you know what this is?
Yeah, of course I know what it is.
Hold on.
Why do you think I'm here? I did this. I did this because I knew the camo was coming, and the new tree lines and the camo. So I had to do the matchy.
Hey,
I could leave now and go about my day.
I would have skipped the blue pants though.
They're not blue, they're gray. God, you're colorblind.
How's that gray?
They're gray.
How are they gray?
How are they blue?
Now we have a Nick watch that's apparently upside down. Okay, it's a Speedmaster. I love Omega's packaging. They just did it right. Nick, would you like to talk about this guy?
So this is I'm not going to go into the full reference, but this is an 005 Speedmaster. It's got the 1863 caliber in it, and it's a Hesselite. This is actually
a who?
Hesselite.
Is that a cousin of Jubilation?
What'd you call me?
Jubilation as well.
What'd you say about my mama?
Hesselite dial, or Hesselite crystal. It's the same material they use on like submarines and the spacecraft.
Does anybody actually wear them on those straps? I have yet to see that.
No, people do.
Like in the wild.
People do. And you know what? The retail price on this is super reasonable. It's under $6,000.
I think it's slightly higher, but
it's actually $5,365.
Oh, so it's the older one.
You know how I know that? It literally says it right there. We have a Tudor, looks like. Yeah. We have a Pepsi Tudor, for a lack of better terminology. Or what's the official name of this thing?
Tudor.
A what? Tudor?
Tudor.
Oh, like with it. Oh, I see what you did.
That's Alex's attempt at being funny.
Patek. I don't know what Patek this is, but I'll find out.
Good things come in small brown boxes.
Well, this is not really a small brown box.
It's not a big box.
Oh, baby.
5726 in the white discontinued dial. I find it to be the best 5726 on the market. That includes the strap version, that includes the gray.
Okay, so I agree with the fact that...
Don't worry, I wasn't interested in finishing my thought.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Now I'm done.
Okay, so I agree with you in the sense that a white dial on this watch is better than the gray.
You're just super clean. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, does that conclude?
No, it does not. I've left a couple of special things for last. This is a Roman watch, 3700 in yellow gold, and this is one of the better examples I have seen. I've always said watches are not an investment, and over the last 2 years, everybody was trying to prove me wrong, and I think we've finally gotten to a point where I can somewhat admit that as of this moment today, watches have become an official asset class, an investment tool, if you will, a vehicle. And when you're looking at stuff like this, when you're looking at a 5980 today that trades for about $250,000, and then you can go out and pick up something like this in the same price range, A, a lot less made, B, a lot rarer to find them in good condition. Last but not least, we got another one, Adrian.
Another one.
You guys have seen us unbox this.
You've heard me talk about it.
Maybe about a week ago? Oh yeah, it was in the last episode of Gray Market. Yeah. Well, that one came in and out. How long did it take to sell that one?
15 minutes.
I think it was sold before we even got here, right? Pretty much. So
pretty much this.
So we didn't think we were going to see another one so fast, but we did. Adrian, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I think to me it is the best. First off, looking aesthetically, offshore tourbillon chronograph, And the fact that it's a 43 is what won me over, because historically these have always been extremely uncomfortable for most people's wrists, especially mine. But this one just sits beautifully, ergonomically beautiful. It's a skeleton, flying concept, flying tourbillon.
Think of the options you have by taking this very watch and just changing up color. Changing up changing up, I don't know if you guys can zoom in on this, changing up the details on these little platforms that are around here, right? You know, the hand, I mean, there's just everything about this, the design of the dial and everything else is just, it's just unbelievable. Now,
this could definitely be AP's new standard, because as we saw before on the Offshore Tourbillon
how about this in a ceramic?
That's what I'm saying, a white ceramic, a black ceramic, even a blue, like AP's making, even an all black. I mean, it would just be
Well, we have that other blue Offshore Tourbillon, which is like...
What I do like is AP's really going the route. If you look at their most recent releases, how many 39s they made in the Royal Oak form versus 41.
Yeah, that 39 skeleton.
And same with this. I mean, this is the first time that you're seeing a sub 44 millimeter offshore chronograph tourbillon.
I think the thickness is still the same, but I mean, this watch really deserves like a hands-on review. Maybe I should do that on what's on my desk, because the details on this is just amazing. I can talk about this watch for an hour.
Throw that baby on a red strap.
Oh,
it's a wrap, like a fajita.
I think that is it for us.
That is it.
That is it.
I have a few.
I do like those sneakers.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I went with the Bacons today.
Yeah, I like the Bacons.
Yes,
Always like
but
the Bacons.
do like those a lot.